Welcome to A Recipe Reborn, featuring your favorite foods from Final Fantasy XIV. Hello, my name is Lemon Drop, and I recreate dishes as close as I can to the in-game recipe, description, and thumbnail. If you're into 14 and food, please subscribe and click the bell for a new episode every Tuesday. Today I'm doing something kind of different. Meol. This video contains minor spoilers, so if you have not finished the main scenario quests from Shadowbringers up to level 77, you may want to skip ahead to the cooking. With that out of the way, we basically know three things: what it looks like, what it's made of, and what it might taste like according to Naoki Yoshida. I considered a lot of options, such as marshmallows, tofu, rice, almonds, but then I remembered a treat from my childhood: Hong Kong-style cocktail buns which feature a shredded coconut filling tucked inside a sweet bun. So I've created a variation on that dessert and sculpted it into that distinct meal shape. Starting with the dough, I'm activating the yeast by mixing it in with the milk and sugar. I'm using coconut milk here since this is a coconut-flavored bun, but really any kind of milk will work. I've got my flour in the bowl of the stand mixer, but you could do this by hand if you want to. This dough is very easy to work with. Now that the dough is just starting to come together, I'm adding the salt. Give it a bit of a mix to incorporate, add the butter, and then knead until the dough is smooth. Mine took about 4 minutes. As always, times, temperatures, and measurements are in the description below. I've transferred the dough to a greased bowl to cover and rise for about 2 hours. While we wait, I'm working on the filling. The traditional recipe contains butter and sugar, but instead I'm using white chocolate to keep the color as pale as possible. I'm heating the chocolate in the microwave 10 seconds at a time until it is fully melted. A touch of lemon juice brightens up this mixture of sweet and fatty flavors. This goes into the refrigerator to firm up so that I can roll it into balls, which then go back into the refrigerator to set. Here I'm dividing my dough into 6 equal pieces using a scale and then forming them into balls. Neither my hands or the work surface are floured or greased, so again, this is really easy to work with. I'm ready to assemble, so I'm flattening the dough ball, wrapping it around the filling, pinching the seams closed, and then smoothing out the seams by rolling it against the work surface. These need to proof for about 20 minutes, so I'm covering them loosely with plastic wrap sprayed with non-stick spray. To achieve that distinct peach shape, I'm pressing a chopstick into the center of each bun. Lastly, before baking, I'm dusting on some rice flour. This should help keep the surface of the buns from browning. They look pretty puffy after baking, but once they cool, the seam in the middle will look much more pronounced. I'm just brushing off the excess rice flour, and that's it! I'm happy that I got the size just right, just larger than Y'shtola's palm. Despite the strange origins of this food, I have to say they're pretty tasty. The filling has hydrated the coconut so it's not too chewy or dry and lends a pleasing texture compared to the soft bun, which has a deliciously appetizing buttery fragrance. If Meol tastes like this, I'd be looking like Vothri in no time. For the full recipe and instructions, please check out the link to my website in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week for another recipe and another episode.